All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trades. Today's Thursday, November 21st, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Had a lot of fun in the live stream with everybody yesterday. I've got some more stuff coming up too. I will have maybe even some giveaways coming up too. How would you like guys like that? We'll have some Black Friday news also, likely on Monday. So stay tuned for that as well. Anyways, let's get into the markets here. So this morning we had Nvidia earnings, but there's a lot more going on here. We got Bitcoin at basically 100K right now. We'll talk about that in a second. But Nvidia earnings yesterday, and you can see pretty big volume. Obviously, I mean, that's going to happen after earnings, but massive volume here on Nvidia. Kind of a gap and crap. I told you guys yesterday, I said like 150 is probably it. Until at least Friday. There's just a lot of GEX up there. A lot of call skew up here at 155, 150. We did pump into that, and a lot of people held the bag, or at least, tried to FOMO in. And this is a lot of premium burn going on here this morning. So very deep back test. Take a look at ES. And I did play this with the Russell here. I'm still holding a runner from this morning. Got a nice trade off in the trading room here. But deep slice here. But one of those things you always got to watch for is, did the Russell ever go red? Nope. And that shows strength, right? Risk appetite in the market. Small caps up. Nice little slice. We went right to 5,900. SPX bounce. Little kind of false breakdown there, and then we just trended up here for the rest of the day. So I think, we've talked about this repeatedly. The closer we get to the holidays here, bears, you got to do some damage here. And I think your best chance to do it would have been yesterday. So you had Nvidia earnings, and you couldn't follow through on that. That said, I will say this about Nvidia. At some point here, nothing wrong technically, structurally, no problems, but just throw this on. And again, I do think it is a concentration risk, and it will be, next year. Right now, no problems. But look at the reactions here to earnings, right? Big gaps, big gap, big gap. And every quarter they've been better than the last, just smashing quarters, smashing the estimates. The last two, though, we had a sell-off here, and this one we're flat. So it's taking a lot to wow the market. It's taking a lot to wow investors. It seems that there's been some profit taking here, and just keep that in mind. Again, no problems here right now until they give us a reason to believe that. But we are seeing that decline. I think it's unhealthy for us to be in the Dow and top in the S&P, top in the NASDAQ when the stock has never had a correction at all, really. I mean, the monthly, we're still parabolic. We've done nothing here on the monthly to work any of this off. So something to look at next year. Right now, though, again, you guys know my thoughts here. We can head back towards 6K. I don't think that we're going to just break out just yet. I think it'll be a little bit more of a grind, maybe even a pullback in the early part of the week, and I think we can inch up, maybe late or mid next week. I just don't think we've done enough in terms of time to fully break through this yet and get up to 6,100. But that has been my target since kind of like April. We're almost there. So markets are okay, no problems here. And we got Bitcoin at 99, or I think it touched 99 on some exchanges. Right now it's showing 97.5. Gensler is out. So Gensler is gone. And, it would be fitting if they pumped it to 100K just to get it there on the day that he's out of the SEC. So backing off just a little bit here. See if they can get us to that 100K level. I do see a little bit of risk here with MSTR, though. This little game that's going on. So you got a gap and crap there. Really good engulfing candle on heavy volume. Remember, IBIT has options now. This is a dynamic that is going unlooked and unnoticed, but this will be a thing. It has gamma effects now. So you get exposed, right? I mean, GameStop, right? Melvin Capital, everybody remembers this. This was not just retail, right? Hedge funds, institutions, banks, you see somebody who's exposed, they got their, you know, they got their hand in the cookie jar, they're coming with a knife to cut that thing off, right? So gamma squeeze, they jumped on the gamma squeeze, and that also works to the downside too. So I think Bitcoin, I think IBIT having options will be vol dampening, but I think that it brings a fatter tail, meaning that if you do break certain levels, it can unwind very fast. So I don't know. Just some thoughts there. MSTR, though, pretty good reversal here on mega volume. 500 a share and now down to 421. But Bitcoin, fine. No issues there. MSTR, you know, definitely a volatile asset to say the least. Anyway, spiders here. Let's get back. We'll talk more about Bitcoin at the end as per usual. But spiders here, 59.55. There's another little level at 59.70. I don't think we're going to get there. I'm doing the video a little early here. Again, not of much consequence. If we were to float up a little bit higher here, I still have the same analysis for you here. Triple Qs here, next level is 510. But we are above the master level, and we've been talking about that for the last week. In fact, as soon as we sold through it, I said, hey, we get back above here, bulls back in control. Even with this dump earlier, what do you got here? 1, 2, 3 higher lows. Did you damage the chart? Nope. Yes. 4 higher lows. Did you damage the chart? Nope. Did RTY ever even go red? Nope. So there was never any real risk here. Early on, really what was going on here was too many monkeys bought calls thinking that Nvidia was going to go to $170 or something. And I've said this multiple times, each Nvidia earnings report. These guys, they have handles on it now. They're not going to get blown out for 35% anymore. It's not going to happen. You're going to get a 10% range, and then that's it. We got to 140. I told you guys in the stream yesterday that was a level to watch for. Maybe 135 if they really went down. But here we are. We'll close the week at 150 most likely. Qs, 510. IWM, there is a little bit of resistance here at 235, 236. I did close out the majority of my RTY here today, getting in, you know, right in this area here at 2350 something, and nice little rally. 2390 is a 618. That's your next stop, and I think it does stall out there. But no problem with this. Back to the 20 MA, back check the breakout. This is standard stuff here. No problem. Dow back above resistance too. So that's back in an uptrend. Look at the volume there. Dow up 1.25. SMH trying to come back up 1.5. I think after this week, this can start to outperform again. So maybe that's when Nvidia breaks through that gamma wall, but they gotta kill out some euphoric call buyers, gamblers rather. There's the SOX. IGV still at all time highs, so we haven't seen that full rotation yet, but yeah, IGV still up. Trend is up, and if it takes and closes above that candle, that tail high, that's a negation. Weekly still really strong here. Transports also, and that's another thing too. Look at the heat map this morning. It changed, but it was all red. Everything was green except for Mag 7. So that was another reason why I was like, guys, this ain't a real sell here. This is just premium burn. But transports drop and pop into the 20 MA. We had a lot of other sectors too. VNQ, we talk about this every day. That was nicely green. Industrials, I don't talk about this that often, but up 1.5. KRE was up nicely. So it was a pretty strong tape overall. Yields here are up today as well. And yeah, two's up. I mean, this is my target, but guess what we're doing, guys? You know, we're consolidating. So if we do enough of that, this can break through that. What that means is the Fed ain't cutting. There's your new Fed funds. It's 20 basis points away. So if they cut 25, that means they're behind the curve again. So we're not getting cuts in December if this continues higher. You might say, well, Aaron, well, shouldn't we short the stock market then? Because what? No, just don't. They haven't given us a reason to. There's no reason to. And yields going up is not always the worst thing. Fives here, still fine. Trend is up. Tens, still fine. Trend is up. Higher lows, inside bar. 30-year, trend is up. Higher lows, above the 20 MA, inside bar. Yields are bullish here still. On really all ends of the curve. And the market doesn't care. I'm telling you guys, don't short into the holiday period. I know everybody's obsessed with it. I told you guys the other day too, this market, you know, everybody talks about, they're so quick to point out euphoria, but you got a nuclear war headline. I mean, come on. Like, do you really, you shorted into the hole there? Now you're seeing how that works out. So there's just a lot of people willing to short here. And I don't see people not willing to short. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going up anymore. Anyway, XHB getting close. 118 and a quarter. You get above 120, and this repairs this chart, which was never really damaged. It was just backing off on the weekly. Home builders here, still in that range. VNQ, trying. Not a bad pattern. That breaks out, it's probably going through 100. XLV also getting a nice bounce. I've talked about this level. Very good area here on the weekly. Boom. Even XBI bouncing. So the RFK trade maybe kind of was a little overdone potentially. We'll see if we can reclaim that 200 MA. Fins here, new all-time highs. I mean, it looks really top heavy to me, but hey, what can you say? The trend is up. KRE, KBE, they're fine as well. Broker dealers, new all-time highs. You know, so this market's, you know, fins are strong. This market's strong. Oil up to just a little over 2%. Still kind of stalling at this trend line here, but this is in a range. Seasonally, it's holding up better than expected. Make it a dip in December, but I don't have a trade on oil here, honestly. I'm indifferent. I'd be inclined to say more to the bull side in the big picture. In the short term, it's just kind of nebulous. I will say I like XLE. You guys know that. I have this. I've had it for a while, and real close to new all-time highs there too. XOP. We talked about the 140, whatever this pivot is, 148. There it is. That's where it stopped. So I'm going to need to back off a little bit there. OIH never failed on the bull inside bar, and that is pushing up. That 200 MA is now minor. We have hit it twice, pulled back with a higher low. We can go through it now if they want. And if this breaks out, I think this is heading up to this trend line here, and I think this can go a lot higher. This is, I think this is going to try and retrace to, 450, 500 eventually. Not all at once, but I think that's where it ultimately ends up. CCJ, nice breakout. We had the weekly higher low we talked about. New all-time high. URNM still not as strong. Still up 3%. Still more likely a weekly higher low, though. We need to get back above that 50 handle, though. And then NJ, same kind of thing. Need to clear that 200 MA, but it looks like it's trying to, so I don't think there's any problems here in the uranium space. NG, slicing 340. I told you guys, look for the low 3.4s, or look for the low $3 area into November. Careful now. When this tops out, it's going to be done in for 3 months. So if you have it, take profits, trail. Not saying it can't go higher, but this is kind of around the time where it peaks out. And we're getting close to that Jan contract too. Dollar very strong today. So higher high there. Trend is up, no problems. It's a little overbought, but no problems. Is that affecting gold? Nope. Gold's still going. I still have runners on this and silver. And, we took a little bit more off the table today into the 50 MA, 120 MA. I think this can get to 27 though. So I'm, leaving a little bit left on my runner for that. If it wants that 618, I think it will get there. Maybe it needs to pull back and then go up there, but it's up with the dollar up. Silver is down, only 0.5% though. You do have little bull inside bar there. And I still think that wants to get back into the 32 handle. So nothing terrible with it. Platinum here up 0.5% as well. Kind of has a similar look. It retests 1,000 soon. Palladium up 1.5. That needs a little bit more consolidation, I think, to get through that. But I think 1025 was the 618, right? I think we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, 1080 and then 1025 area. And copper, which I like much less. This is just weaker. I still think you can try and retest 425 though. Bitcoin, yeah, it hit 99K on some exchanges, I think. This one's just showing 98.2. There's a GAN level at 99.4. It's not super major. It's only like right here. And then I've got another one at like 10, I think it's like 1012 after that. So I'm surprised they're not trying to pump this right now on after Gensler. This seems like it would be fitting that they would do that the same day. Maybe they'll do it after the market closes. They'll just jam it up on no volume. We'll see. But yeah, no problems here. Even ETH starting to firm up here a little bit more. Needs to clear 35. Right. Even got kind of like a little trend line here. Oops, let me get that on there. There we go. So we'll see if we can get through that. It's definitely firmed up here. I believe Bitcoin dominance also topping out too. Solana, we talked about 250 a while ago. Beautiful pattern here on the weekly. Almost new all-time highs there. So alts firming up more. But yeah, I think Bitcoin 6 figures should get there, and I don't see why it wouldn't. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Spiders, yeah, we're inching up a little bit here. Yeah, I would say 59.70 is probably max move for today if they want to take it up there. Tomorrow, I think we'll just kind of base a little bit and chop. But yeah, nice rally. Bears had a chance here, but again, clock ticks. And in the holiday period, the time's shortened, and you kind of have to make the most out of it if you're going to damage stuff. By the way, a lot of people are calling this a bear flag. Did you ever close below the 20 MA? No. So is this really a bear move, or is it just a back check to the top? Now, if you get down here and you did it below the 50, okay, now you've really got something there. That would be damage to me. But you didn't do that. So pretty much just doing the same exact thing it did before, except it didn't even pull back as much. So again, don't fight the tape, don't fight light volume. And again, we'll kind of give the market the upside bias for now. No problems here. So anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, stay tuned for some announcements, probably early next week, Monday. But yeah, you guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. See you guys all tomorrow.